Okay, it says I'm live, so just gonna wait, see if anybody shows up. Connection seems strong on this end. I look decently clear on screen, so hopefully notifications go out. "30 seconds in, nobody's here." Oh, we got 4 people. That's something. All right, you know the drill, guys. Just let me know. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay? And did notifications go out? We're about a minute in and only a couple people, so I'm assuming that they did not. But that's okay. You know the drill. We're going to wait. We got 38 people. Okay, we got a somewhat decent crowd here. And we're going to talk about everything. I checked the weather. It's not raining or anything. There's no cloud coverage. So, the internet connection, I double checked. Everything is working good. So hopefully there are no tech issues. But we got to talk about the Sistas promo. We got to talk about the Oval promo. We got to talk about Zatima episode 17, 18. I guess the KJ and Sky Black wedding. Yeah, I don't think I've talked about that or posted about that at all. But before we get to it, let's just kind of open up the floor here. So I took almost a week off from posting, mainly because I've been focusing on non-YouTube stuff. Saturday had to go into Richmond. Mom had eye doctor appointment. Zatima, you are buffering. Can you hear me though? Oh no, it's frozen. Man, oh man, oh man. Can you hear me though? That's the question. Like, can you hear me? I'm back. Okay. You can hear me? All right, let's just keep going then. So simply put, I'm catching flack online because of the fact that I felt like Fatima is acting like Karen. And on top of that, Angela was acting like Danny. Those are my thoughts in regards to those characters. Due to the fact that Angela's treating Bryce the same way Danny treated Preston. And Fatima and Paul, that dynamic is literally Karen and Aaron. But the only difference is it's made clear what their intentions are. The fact that, Fatima's looking for a friend or whatever right now, but Bryce wants to get in those, panties. But I think that Fatima is playing with fire due to the fact that she's literally trying to get emotional and sentimental with a guy who wants to be far more than that, So it's just one of those things where it's hard to feel bad for her. And yes, you could argue, well, Jeremy, Zach went over to Connie's, and even though he didn't have sex with her, that was his intention, yet he was still engaged. Oh, you want to talk about Fatima being laid up in bed with Paul all night long, even though they didn't have sex and she was being held by him, but they had broken up at the time. There are, I got to admit, it's just like me saying that Zach banging Karen in her office at the salon technically isn't cheating because at the time he and Fatima weren't technically together. And that is true. But I feel like if you look at the intention of it, Zach did that because he wanted to hurt Fatima, but he loved her so much he couldn't go through with it. Paul is trash because he willingly pursued a woman who was engaged. And I don't see why Fatima can't see that this dude is a snake. Sorry, it's that time of year where gnats just flying around. I hate those. Yeah, I mean, she's my girl, but she's wrong. And then in episode 18, let me make it clear, because I said this online. I'm half and half on Fatima not going to the hospital. On the one hand, I can completely understand her not wanting to go because the last time she went, Zach yelled at her, told her to leave, and then the next thing you know, she comes back and he's cuddling with Connie. And I can understand. See, that's an argument that Fatima could be bringing up as to why she doesn't want to go back to Zach, because that hurt. Her bringing up crap like, oh, well, the elevator, I don't like that argument because you were so mean to me, Zach, and I'm all the times you mean and bullied him. Come on now. Come on. So from there, um, dang, lost my train of thought there. I was on a roll. But basically, yeah, I can understand her not going to the hospital. But then for her to go, well, he's going to have to call me. That man is not going to call you because you had dinner at your parents' place. He literally said, yeah, I'm working, I'm putting in effort, and I'm going to keep trying. Okay, well, Zach, keep trying then. Basically meaning that it's like she just wants to be chased. Yet there are a couple videos that I recorded last week that I haven't posted yet. And honestly, oh yeah, I didn't do a live last week because we had some bad storms for like back to back to back days. But during the dinner with her parents, when like her stepdad talked about effort and whatnot, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, but Fatima is putting in no work. The only quote unquote effort she puts in is putting up with the stuff from Zach's past that comes up. Other than that, Zach is the only one putting in work. And yet Zach was closed off. He was like, he wasn't paying attention to his brother. Whenever Tony or Nate tried to, like check on him, it's like he was just focused on his mom. Belinda, as much as I love me some Belinda, she's messy as heck. She had no reason to go to the hospital. She absolutely had no reason to show up. She was just there to cause some mess. Yeah, and I mean, somebody brought this up last week that he's talking about how, there's a limit to this, right? In terms of like how long he'll be that understanding, nice guy in the friend zone. But it's like, bro, it's only been like a couple of days. And this was a serious relationship. So you just expect that Fatima out of the blue will just, bang, have sex with you. Wasn't he the one on the elevator saying, I just want to be your friend? No, you don't. You want to be more than friends. So don't be mad because, look, the intention, what's that friends with benefits thing? The intentions were made clear from the beginning. But Paul is getting, I feel like Fatima now, you're exhausting because, you're talking, but then all of a sudden, you're sexy, right? And, you look so beautiful. And it's like, he'll just keep going and going and going, despite the fact that Fatima made it clear, look, I just want to talk. But then again, I can't, support Fatima because she's entertaining this. She's the one constantly calling him. I like the way Connie stood to Fatima and Zach. See, that was another piece of crap there. The fact that Fatima, even though we didn't really see how things would have played out, that based on her reaction where she was like sucking her teeth when Deja showed her that photo of Connie and Zach hugging, that was going to set her off the same way that the Karen and Zach photo set her off. And I'm just like, so Fatima, the night before you were in bed with Paul. This night, you just went on a walk and talked with Paul. You decide I'm going to pop. Yeah, see, that the thing is this. There's a difference between Connie and Paul. Connie is trying to open up Fatima's eyes about how, look, I want Zach, but he wants you. Paul's doing the same thing to Zach. But the trash part about Paul is, bro, you're the one who actively pursued this woman, and while you're giving sound advice, it's coming from the wrong person. It's like it's just weird. Oh yeah, I love the fact that Connie just stood up to Deja. It's like, oh, you want to sue me? I got 3 kids, a Section 8, and a record. So sue me, go ahead. speaking of Paul and advice, last week he said, look, if you want to get with Fatima, you need to apologize and show her your heart. Then in this week's episode on the swings, he asked Fatima, so what would happen if Zach, apologized and showed you his heart? Would you take him back? Notice that. Did you notice that? Yeah, in case you missed the episodes, they're on BET Plus, but you can find them on like Mr. World Premiere and a number of other websites. Connie and Fatima both know about the streets. Yep. But, Connie's still in them. That's not to say Fatima doesn't have her connections. Also, continuity. So Fatima said, don't make me get my cousin on you. So Deja knows that Madam is her cousin, which means that this episode takes place later down the line in season 5. After Madam had already threatened Deja. I'm going to exit. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled, you're in the wrong place. But I hope you come back and watch the live stream once it's been posted to the channel. Oh, we got over 50 people here. Yeah, I'm almost done with the YouTube package. I'm really just in the proofreading stage and whatnot. I might not be able to mail it out until Monday, but I just want to make sure everything is perfect. A lot of things in life have been going well, so I do hope that the YouTube thing is able to get turned around, because like I said, I removed all the videos that don't contain any commentary or special editing for me, mainly the shorts. So if I can get the main channel up and running, I should be good. But I'm thankful this channel is doing good. Ad revenues coming in. So my main thing is the fact that I was on the road to 100 million. Now I just got this major obstacle that stopped it. Fatima needs to get Madam on Deja and Karen. Yeah, the timeline is really wonky. It really is. I mean, at best, we know it's prior to season 6 of Sistas. And also, remember, they push Sistas back a week. Instead of October 11th, it's October 18th. Remember, not the 11th, but the 18th. So the Oval's on the 17th. Sistas is on the 18th. So technically speaking, I'm going to have a nice little 3-week break, because after next week, Zatima episode 19 and 20, I got 3 weeks of dead air before Sisters and the Oval comes back, which honestly I'm fine with. I think with everything that's been going on, I need a break. I can focus on eBay, and fingers crossed that during the 3-week hiatus thing, YouTube will look at my package and do a thorough review of my main channel and remonetize it. Because a lot of people have been telling me how a number of other channels have been facing the same thing. And my mom is like, it's probably due to that writer's strike. They don't want anybody making money off the shows. And I'm like, that's possible too, because I don't know. But in any case, yeah, I'm glad that Fatima went to the hospital. And I'm glad that Zach said, I wanted you here. Thanks for being here. All that stuff. It was good. I like that. But Angela, 1 minute. I mean, Angela is just like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I've been liking the character for the past few weeks, but this week, I really didn't care for her, mainly due to the Bryce stuff. And I can't believe I'm kind of vouching for Bryce here, but you literally tell this guy, you know what? Forget what I said before. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to talk. And then she even suggests therapy for him, basically to kind of, get the kinks out of his system. So she can sleep with whoever she wants to. But the minute she catches him going out on a lunch date with some girl he met on an app, all of a sudden that's a problem. You get in his face. And look, I'm not about that lifestyle that he's into, but she's really judgmental. I just the way she comes off, it's like, I don't know about, I couldn't date anybody like that. The horse neighing, I'm weak. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said in my episode review. At first, it sounded like Scooby, but then I had to switch it up because Scooby-Doo was kind of like, waggy. That's some booby sex. But then with a horse, like, like, honestly, I look at the horse neighing like this. I feel like that's foreshadowing. Rodeo, Preston, lassos, horses. Angela can like a horse. That's a pairing up right there. That's a pairing up right there. I'm calling it now. That was foreshadowing Preston and Angela. I mean, people have been shipping that since like the end of season 1, but with the neighing and whatnot, that's confirmation. I don't care what you say. Angela tipped the scales that pushed Fatima to go to the hospital. Yeah, I feel like Connie also was responsible for that too. But yeah, Belinda was just being messy as I don't know what. She had no business being there. The fact that, Fatima just kicked her and Nate out the hospital was epic. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just looking at my notes here, making sure I don't forget anything. Hey, we got 50 people. I'm glad that Angela kept telling Fatima to go, that Zach needs her. Yep. It'll be good if, yeah. That's another thing. Several days to just work on stuff outside of YouTube. Thankful that I was able to come up with the money to close on the house, and